Yo.
Yo, welcome to the fucking podcast, boys.
Yeah, boys, welcome to the podcast. Welcome, Brody. Welcome, Breezy.
What is up? My name's Otto.
What's up? Is your actual name Otto?
Yes, indeed it is.
That's a very unique
And
name.
It's actually Ottawa, but go by Otto for short. But, yeah.
Like the place in Canada?
The province, yep. You heard me.
Mm. Are you Canadian?
Oh, no, fuck that. No, of course not.
Those fucking
Straight.
polite
Fuck
ass
that.
maple leaf fucks. Fuck them.
That's what I'm saying, bro. They roll their blunts and different shit, bro.
Did we talk about last time? There was like something about you were allowed to be cannibalistic in Canada.
Yeah, I think you brought that up. Apparently, Nathan looked it up, and apparently it's like legal all across the Western world, which I guess is like
What?
North America. I guess people just don't do it because it's just generally looked down upon. Plus, it's probably really hard to do it without murdering somebody. Like, you'd have to get their consent, like, to just eat a part of them. So, I mean, it's probably very difficult to do legally in the first place. Great way to start off the podcast.
Yeah.
Bro, do you want to introduce yourself real quick?
Hola.
All right,
All right,
that was
I'm
Brody.
someone-
Let me bring some toxicity and drama into this chat.
Hell
First of
yeah.
all, Brody, shut the fuck up. You're white. Do not say hola. Second of all, my name's Otto. I'm 5'6", 120 pounds. I drink water for a living. I sit on my ass all day, play Valorant, and my balls smell like feet.
That's true. I can confirm
I'm
that.
gonna drop the mic. Bro. Yo, I hire him to scrub my balls every day, so he can smell off, bro. Just
Guys,
fucking
at the
thanks.
beginning,
Shit
okay, well, we didn't do it at the beginning last time, but we do have to find a name for the podcast still. Any
Fuck
ideas?
Nathan. Boom, simple. Fuck Nathan.
Fuck Nathan.
Yes.
Yeah, I know you don't care. He's gonna see this, but just want to point out he is gonna see this, and you can.
Oh, what do you do? That little Asian boy's gonna cry about it? Fuck that kid.
I think he's like white as fuck, isn't he, Brody? I don't know. I don't know.
No, he's black.
Is he actually?
Yeah, he's black.
He does not sound black at all.
But
There's no way.
He showed his face. I mean,
He did not.
Nathan? Yeah, no, he is. I saw him.
But
Are
he
you gonna post it on YouTube or
never
stream the shit? I'm
he never
confused.
says the N word. Oh no, yeah, I'm posting it on YouTube.
Oh no, he does. Just not when.
All right,
Oh no, he says it.
all right. Let me sing. Try to sing for the podcast.
Yeah, sing whatever you want, man. We're ready. You want to get me 6 in here or something? You're just gonna.
Never. You gotta edit that shit out, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go edit the podcast now. Just upload these as they are, but of course you're gonna make me go back and edit it.
I don't know. Down a piece of me and almost didn't turn on leaving. Now without you, without you.
Which one is that?
What?
Which song is that?
That's fucking some dumb. Kid Leroy Without You official music video.
Sounds good, man. I'm gonna go check it out after the show. Now,
Yeah, it's made by me.
here's something that
Without you, without me, I wanna leave it alone.
just pulled a Riley Reid on his mic.
I believe that sounds that he is in danger.
Yeah, no, I know from experience that's exactly what it sounds like when he's choking on something. I mean, Brody, how have you been?
Without you.
You were just chilling in the VC by yourself. Otto, you were just playing
was.
Rust by yourself.
I was not playing by myself. I can confirm that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I have friends unlike you.
Okay. We don't have to. You don't have to point it out like that, man. At least I'm making an effort to do a podcast and shit, alright?
Podcast with no views, bud. Who's gonna watch you, Grandma?
I don't know. Hopefully I'll be rich and famous someday. And people will care.
Everyone's here for me, bro. Shut up.
Okay, that's another timestamp to go back and edit out. Just for Papa
Oh, shit.
YouTube.
Oh, we good.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, yeah, it's perfectly fine. I'm gonna I have to go and edit it anyways. But just like throughout the whole podcast, he's gonna be doing that, and I just have to like scrap the whole thing.
There's 3 seconds of the podcast you post it.
No, she's saying you're.
Now I have to edit that out.
Fuck.
The podcast is gonna be like 3 seconds.
Yeah, after I cut out all the stuff. No, I'm probably just gonna like distort the audio or whatever. But what do you guys?
It's just total silence for an hour.
Yeah, it just like shows a warning on screen that's like this will pop up when, and the audio will cut out when there's a word I have to cut out. Nicotine? Nicotine is
Shut the fuck up. Let me talk.
Okay.
Nicotine is a substance.
Would you like to? Okay, you can start talking about nicotine
Shut the
now.
fuck up. I'm talking about teen.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. You can talk.
Oh, sorry.
Shut the fuck up, white boy. Let me talk.
You can start whenever you want to.
Morph, I'd like to say thank you for being here, for my emotional support, for my just well-being and just being there for me. I appreciate it, man. Teshi, thank you for having me on the podcast. I really appreciate it. I'm honored in front of millions and thousands of viewers. I'm just honored to be here. And I just want to say never.
Fucking course, man.
also, I just want to personally thank you as a person for being my friend and having me here again. I cannot stress this enough. So, one last time, I just have to say, Also, I'm going to talk about teen
turtles?
Teen nicotine epidemic. So this is actually an ongoing problem across all states and high schools around the world. So it's mainly about the nicotine itself rather than the vapes. Vapes are just attracted to kids because they're flavors, kids like flavors. And shit.
Well, I think kids are attracted to vapes, not the other way around. But I get what you're saying, yeah.
Yeah, like flavors. They like fucking pretty colors flashing in their eyes. That's why I like Valorant. Anyway. Basically, nicotine affects part of your brain development, and so it's bad. It's big stinky. Vape's stinky, bro.
That
Don't
it is.
It makes you a dumbass, basically.
Like when you take nicotine, I mean, for the next couple minutes, a couple hours, depending on how much you did, it's pretty great. But like the long-term effects, I get what you're saying. They can be pretty shitty, especially at a young age.
It's not even long-term or short-term. There's no effects actually. Think about it. Nicotine's more in the brain, so it's just there's effects, but it doesn't mean long-term or short-term. It's more just like in terms of like how you feel. It's like there's actually effects. It's just effects. It's just effects.
No, but doesn't it like inhibit development of certain parts of your brain and stuff if you do it when you're too young? So yeah, those would be long-term effects.
Yeah.
I'm actually brain dead. I actually have nicotine in my brain now.
Brody, you're completely straight edge, right? Because you're 12, which would make sense.
Wait.
Like you don't do any drugs or alcohol or anything, right?
Yeah, no, I don't. And I
makes sense.
That stuff.
Hey guys, Brody wanted me to cut this part out, so I want to say like and subscribe. Oh, wait, I need more time. Hold on. Oh, dude, are you fine with that part? Are you fine with that being on YouTube, or do you want me to cut that out?
Cut that out.
Okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I'll cut that out.
I was just saying that. Yeah, that's why. Yeah, there's no way I'm ever even touching anything related to that.
Yeah,
and
that makes sense.
Vape, waste of money in the long term, and you're wasting so much money on that stuff.
Let me explain. As an ex-vapor, vapes are a waste of money. Like you said, you have to spend like what, $15, $20 every 2 days just for pods, and they don't make you feel good. It's just think about this. Like you're hungry, right? You're craving something big, right? Like a burger, fries, or whatever, and you're addicted to them, right? Like chips. You have to eat the whole bag at once. You know what I mean? Like you just can't save it, and so it's just really addicting. And so like.
My dad always tells me like an alcoholic can never have like one sip and be fine, right? Like yeah, they
Exactly.
either stay completely away from it or yeah. Because, I mean, I think the thing is, like, there's two things. The first is that, like, nicotine, or the stuff in, whether it's, like, weed or nicotine or whatever, in vapes and in Juuls especially, is, like, so concentrated that it's hard to take it in, like, controlled amounts. And it's really easy to, like, take higher and higher doses.
Yeah.
It really depends on the person.
Yeah.
It really does at that point. Because it really depends on how well you've been taught or just have learned yourself.
Not even that. It's
self-control or self.
Can I tell you something? So for my personality is like different personalities have like a shittier self control. So like I personally have a dog shit self control, and so if there's like a chip bag, I need the whole thing. For example, if there's like a vape, I just smoke all the juice in like 2 days. You know, I can't just not stop it. You know.
Well, yeah, but is that like a
So,
developed
it's
habit,
exactly
like
how
you've
addiction
developed
works.
like instant
Yeah, it's a
gratification and
developed.
stuff like that, or is it
Yeah,
like an
it's
innate
exactly.
part of your personality that you can't change?
It's also an innate part of my personality. Probably the nicotine
Okay.
addiction. That's just like built
Yeah.
up because I'm like.
Well,
But,
the other thing is that, especially with weed, there's like two substances, right? There's CBD, like cannabinoids, and there's THC, which is like, I forget what that stands for, right? But those are like the two substances that contribute to like making you high in some capacity, right? Okay, I want to emphasize that I'm talking completely out of my ass because I'm not sure. This is like something I learned from like a drug information session or whatever, and I don't remember it that well. But as far as I remember, there's those two substances, and like CBD is supposed to like balance out certain like negative effects of THC, but in like when you manufacture it into like a Juul pod or something, they just take the THC because that's like the main component of like making you high, right? So then with the CBD that's not there to like balance out certain effects, that's why like you can actually have like serious effects, like as if you were taking very hardcore drugs just from like smoking a little bit of weed or like juuling a little bit of weed. And it'll have like, you can go into psychosis and like all these like super like scary things that usually only happen with like far more hardcore drugs. And so that's like another aspect of like the Juul epidemic or whatever you called it, right? Like with a lot of kids, like especially with weed. I know we were talking about nicotine at the beginning, but like especially with weed on developing brains, like there's like some stuff like that definitely is like, it's a lot worse than when people were just like rolling blunts from like actual weed plants and just like having a good time with their friends and like stuff like that. Now that it's in like the pods and it's like more concentrated and like there's no CBD to balance it out, then like that contributes.
Yeah,
I'd like to add. Shut the fuck up. I like to add. I'm sorry. I said I'm toxic. I already warned you. Anyway.
No, yeah, I talked to Brody about you before. We all know you're just like that kind of guy. Landon is just like him, right? So you're kind of used to it at this point.
No, like Landon's like worse.
Yeah, Landon's kind of worse.
I don't want to put him on the spot like that, but it's just, I mean.
Nah, he wouldn't care. He wouldn't care.
I would say nicotine, like, in terms of how it affects teens' brains, it actually it affects like the direct what's it called, prefrontal cortex, I believe. So that's where all the cravings and addictions happen in that area of the brain, and it's where you're developing. So when nicotine affects that part of the brain, it's actually stunning your growth in terms of brain development, and it's just bad.
Yeah, there's something with like, so I know that just in general, when you take like any sort of chemicals or anything, right? For example, like if you're taking like melanin, wait, no, if you're taking melatonin, right? Then your body will like sense the presence of the melatonin in your body and be like, okay, we don't have to produce as much because there's this like other source that's like providing melatonin. And then you'll be forced to keep taking melatonin because your body won't produce it as much, right? And so it's kind of like a self-fulfilling prophecy and stuff like that. But it's the same thing, I think, with like weed and like nicotine and stuff. It like makes you happy or like something like that, and so your body like senses that and then stops producing like serotonin or like whatever chemical
you're
hooked
on it.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and so like not even if if you're not addicted, like you still just get depressed because like unless you're smoking weed or like doing
Is this
nic.
the only thing that supposedly makes you happy in your body? Yeah, you're like exactly you said.
Yeah.
It makes it like teaches us that. It's teaching your whole like your immune or
Yeah.
your immune system, and it's just yeah.
And I think
I get
that's why it's really hard to go cold turkey if you're trying to quit, because like your body
Also,
can't just like adjust that
It's
hard
not
and
even
fast.
just mentally. It's just more like chemically, just like you said, Dashi. It's more just like how your body reacts to it and how your body reacts to not having it.
Yeah.
So it's just nicotine is just bad because it's also like the vapes in general. Like it's targeting towards little kids, like younger kids, of the flavors and what people don't know is in Juul pods, it's more concentrated nic. There's more nicotine in the Juul pods than a pack of cigarettes, or equivalent to a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
And you're gonna go through the pod faster than you'd go through a pack of cigs.
Yeah. Because it's actually like really difficult to like. When you're starting out, at least, it's like difficult to smoke a pack of cigarettes. Like that shit's like hard on your lungs. Like it's like, I mean, it's not hard like in the fact that like it's really difficult to do, but like you can like feel it and like gauge like how much you're taking in and stuff like that. But like you said, with like the higher concentration, like smaller volume, with like the nic in Juuls and stuff like that, it's like, yeah.
I'm juuling while we speak. I'm just saying, FYI.
Why'd you call yourself an ex-jeweler?
Because for the video purpose.
Oh yeah, if anyone's watching this, if any like YouTube mods are watching this or whatever, this is all in game. No one's actually jeweling or anything. We're just in The Sims or whatever.
Flying.
No, he's not. Shut up. Just trying to get me canceled.
Dude, you
First
also
say.
You know puff bars are right?
Say what?
Puff bars.
Puff bars?
Disposable vapes. Anyway, all vape flavors for Juuls, puff bars, whatever, they're banned right now.
Oh yeah, because there's legislation saying that like kids only use it because of the flavor. So like if we stopped putting like all these like good flavors in them, then kids wouldn't use it, and it would actually, because like they've been branding themselves like to the public as like a safer alternative to cigarettes, so that like if you're addicted to nicotine already, then you can stop inhaling smoke and just like get the nicotine, so that you can like save yourself from lung cancer or whatever. But then obviously there's like the flavors and everything that makes it really appealing to kids, and then that's where the problems come from.
Yeah, kids only vape for the flavors actually.
Yeah.
Actually, I would say it would stop more people from doing it, but it wouldn't stop the original people doing it because they've already got that,
But at that point, like, it's also a factor of just being cool, right? If you do it just for the flavor, then like you could chew a pack of gum or something like that, right? But then there's also the like social, like peer pressure aspect and stuff of like wanting to Juul and stuff like that.
Yeah, and like I'm not gonna lie to you, juuling and just vaping is just a social like activity. People just go.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, a lot of drugs are like most people don't actually do like weed just because they want to like get high and like by themselves and shit, right?
Not a lot of people at all.
So
not that any of us would know, of course, because this is all in game.
I'm instant. I don't vape. No, but like I don't know. It's just this epidemic thing. I mean, it's going down actually. Just the lack of flavors.
Is it?
I mean, it could. I'm just saying it's gonna help at one point. Like, so.
But yeah, but when did the flavor ban go in place?
I'll be honest with you, I don't know.
I feel like I talked about that like a year ago at my school, and like it was going into place then. So if stuff was gonna go down by then, I feel like it would have by now, or at least started, right? I don't know.
I'm just thinking right now in my head, why do people decide this? It's so horrible. I don't know. Whoever did that and decided to make a new way of nicotine didn't even check.
Oh, you're talking about the people who created like the company Juul and everything? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they didn't even probably check as much, and they couldn't even figure out that it would be like the same as smoking, or even like more effective than
No, I mean,
smoking.
I think they did, and they just don't care. Like, they make money off of people being addicted to it and going to buying more and everything, right?
That's what I mean. I'm saying like those, like, it's horrible.
Because isn't there a statistic like 4% of like the population is sociopaths, but like 25% of like large company like CEOs and stuff are sociopaths, right? Because like you get to the top by being ruthless and like profiting off of other people's like failure and stuff like that, right? So this is obviously like an extreme example, like preying on teenagers and getting them hooked on like nic and weed.
For your own it's good.
Yeah.
Like I was saying earlier, like I said, like you spend like at least like $20 every like 2-3 days. So if you times that by what like 3 million. That's all they right. A lot of shit, a lot of money right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The vape industry, like the amount of money you spend on vapes it's actually so mind-boggling. Like you could actually have more money in buying food every single day for a week than spending vape money. Basically, it's just so much, like 20, 30 here and there, and by the time you know, you're broke. It's very expensive, not cheap.
Yeah.
It's super sad for that to happen, even after the smoking, and then they make a new thing that's related to that. Like,
Actually, believe it or not, people who go vape, they actually switch to cigs for many reasons, switch to cigarettes because it's cheaper. They actually want cigarettes or craving something else of stronger, like in terms of nicotine. They want new ways to consume nicotine, or they just like legit just drop vape and just go to cigarettes. So people who started off vaping go to cigarettes. Actually, there's a study showing that a lot of people who vape go to cigarettes.
For financial purposes, is what you're saying?
Well, there's different reasons, but I'm not very sure why.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's financial, sometimes it's just.
Because I mean, at that point, if you're like really thinking it through, like how expensive are like nic patches and stuff like that? I used to see a lot of commercials for that kind of stuff, like stop smoking with like nicotine patches that you just put on your arm or something.
Gum and stuff like that.
I've heard. I think someone my mom knew or whatever did that.
All right, guys, it's editor Deshi. This part is also going to be cut out now. Now that I have the proper amount of time, I can finish what I was saying earlier. Leave a like and subscribe. We're coming out with content all the time. At least podcasts weekly, plus there's going to be more videos on top of that. It's going to be lit. Join my Discord server. Follow me on Twitch, even though I haven't streamed in like... God, it's been so long. I don't know. But follow everything. Hell yeah. And, oh shit, the podcast is coming back on. Wait, I still need more time. Hold on. Yeah, I mean, I think that's like going back to what Otto was talking about with like just your personality and stuff, right? Like there's some people who I know can just like quit cigarettes and stuff.
Yeah,
and then there's some people who I know who like started smoking to like prove how easy it was to quit, and they're still smoking today. And like they can't. Like it's fucked. It's totally like...
jokes for them, they lost. dude, listen, bro. In terms of like, okay, so back to like, how you're saying like, okay, but why can't they do nicotine gum or patches? Well, here's the thing: smoking, like inhaling something and releasing it, is actually stress relieving. Studies showing that it's very like.
Oh yeah, that actually makes sense.
Yeah, so people want to enjoy vaping is enjoyable. I can see it, like the cigarettes as well.
Yeah, I mean, like chewing gum at some point just gets nasty. Like if you're really going at it and like your mouth is open, like your horse chewing and all that shit. Like I can see. And then like with your nicotine patch, like you probably even forget it's there and you just like get the nic fix, but like there's no actual act of doing it.
It's a fucking
right?
Band-Aid, it does nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Just like,
so I guess I can see that for sure.
It's more of just like it's the social aspect that we talked about earlier. It's more of just like, and it's just like it's enjoyable. Like when you're at work, you just take a cig break or a e-cigarette break or whatever you want to call it, and it's just very calming and relaxing in terms of just smoking it. And I don't know, it's just different. Like people all, like I said, people just don't vape just for dick. They also vape, relax and stuff like that. So it's just kind of weird. It just depends how you are.
Yeah.
So let's drop this vape bullshit. I'm fucking bored of this. We milked every single fucking drop of this bullshit topic.
Yeah.
Another thing.
Yeah. I mean, I only have like 5 more minutes and then I have to go. So if you guys have something else to talk about, then we can talk about that, or we can probably end the podcast.
Let's talk about why you have to go.
I have school.
Democratic seminar by Otto the Third.
No, I just have school.
Oh, school. Okay, 10 reasons why school is useless. Let's go. Come on.
Oh, I hate school. I think school is completely useless. I
Dog
mean,
shit, it's fucking
maybe
dog
maybe if you get into like a really
like-
good college for something that you genuinely enjoy doing, then maybe.
Yeah.
But like middle school, at least in America, I haven't been to like middle school in other countries. Like maybe it's better, maybe it's worse. But like in America,
Just your high
we
school,
just
you're not-
learn like so much stuff. No, yeah, I know I'm in high school. I'm learning some like good stuff in high school, but like middle school for sure, like I didn't do shit. I literally did not learn anything useful. Like
waste of 2 years.
I could have spent like wait, you only spent 2 years in middle school? What?
I do.
Yeah, it's 7th and 8th. Yeah.
I do too.
I went to a weird school where they classified like 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th as middle school.
Really?
What the fuck?
Yeah, it was weird.
That's a long.
But yeah, I feel
Wow.
like I literally could have spent like 2 years just like learning multiplication and stuff like that.
Yo, guys,
Like I never
when I was
learned
in middle school, when I was in 4th grade, I started searching boobies. Yeah.
Well,
And then when I was in 6th grade, I started searching up weird stuff like boobies.
like she-males.
Yeah.
What's the deal with
First
you and
discovered-
she-males, dude? Why do you always like?
Dude.
Is that a genuine thing, or is that like an
No.
inside joke with yourself that you just always?
It's like joke with you and me.
Is that how we? I don't know if I still have the recording of like when I first met you in Valorant, but like,
Oh yeah,
I think
yeah,
that just-
yeah, Training
Brody,
level
you must be so
6%.
confused right now. That
I am very confused.
So- every time Otto and I talk to each other, we always greet each other by saying like how much we love she-males. So I don't.
Oh,
I
yeah,
forget how it started.
I
but-
relate. I relate to that.
Oh really?
Say I love
100%,
Yeah.
dude.
Totally
Yeah.
relate to that.
And we always
I'm
like
sticking
we
my
always
mic
go
in my
back and
nose.
forth with that in like Valorant games too, right? Like
I'm sticking my mic in my nose. Tell me how it sounds like.
it sounds like you're.
Is that your mouth or your nose?
alright,
That
dude?
sounds weird.
Just block my
How could you possibly fit your
That's
mic in
all
your
I'm running
nose?
the fucking hole.
That's a feat of.
My mic cannot fit my nose. This thing don't.
Yeah. I don't know how you do it, man. But you're a legend.
Hey man, what can I tell you?
It's a
You got two
You
holes
have
for
a
a reason,
big
bro.
nose.
Gotta use them, man.
Hell yeah. You
You
Riley
have
readed your mic
not-
earlier.
Do you not have like a line in the middle? Is it just like a big old hole? Like, is that how your nose is?
Yeah, bro. It's a big whole fucking hole.
You just have one nostril.
Just like
You're like a
if you
nose
smoke
cyclops.
Cigarettes, it's gonna be a big fucking hole, just like my nose in your fucking neck.
Yeah. They call me the nose cyclops.
Exactly. Don't be like me. Don't quit
You just-
cigarettes now.
You have
Call
like
949-6969-4949 for more information.
you have like a jewel pod or like a jewel in your mouth and like a huge ass cigar in your nose like sticking out. Just dual smoking.
Oh, it's for
Oh
real.
my god. That's not something to laugh about, really. But
Yeah, it's definitely not, but that's what all my content is based off of. Yeah, all right, guys. That's did we ever actually choose a name? I forget.
Fuck cigarettes.
um,
How about
yeah,
fuck cigarettes?
Fuck cigarettes.
No, fuck nicotine.
yeah.
Fuck
Okay,
nicotine.
so we can do the Fuck Cigarettes podcast, the Fuck Nicotine podcast. We can do the Nose Cyclops podcast.
The no
Yes, sir.
cyclops. I like that one.
All right, guys.
I think the nicotine will bring more attention per se.
Yes, there's definitely a lot of kids hooked on nicotine who need to hear the amazing preaching that we've done today, and told them all about the possibilities that they can have in life if they just stay far away from that terrible, terrible drug,
Yeah,
nicotine.
bro. Listen.
All right, stick to meth, kids. You know.
No, listen to that either.
Bro. Heroin's much better.
All right,
Also,
guys.
listen, boys, if you vape or smoke, your ball sacks smell like feet.
I can verify that.
Yes.
That's gonna be the title of the podcast. If you vape or smoke, your ball sacks smell like feet. Maybe not. I don't know if I can actually put that as the title. That might be
No, you
a
do
little
like,
too much.
No, do BS ball sack.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys. I got from the. Thank you, Otto. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Have a good one, guys.
I feel so bad that you have to make you edit out so much shit. I can't fucking stop. Dude, I can't stop. Dude!
It's just an aspect of his personality.
Hello?
Yep.
Never.
Nice.
Never out. Have a good day.
It's all right, guys. We did another one this podcast. We got the N word in. Have a good one, guys.
Oh.
Oh my god.